Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and the 2.0 update is now officially out for everyone to enjoy. And one of the most exciting reveals that Nintendo never told us about is the fact that all of the missing characters from past Animal Crossing games are now back in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and you can meet many of these exciting new secret characters in the game right now. All in all, this means a ton of brand new characters have arrived in Animal Crossing New Horizons. This doesn't even include ones like Kapp'n and Tortimer and Katrina that we already knew about. This includes characters that Nintendo literally didn't even tell us were making it back to the game. So in this video, I'm going to be revealing all of the characters which have made their comeback in Animal Crossing New Horizons, how you can meet them, and more details that you need to know. So let's jump right into this. So in order to meet these missing characters who have made their comeback to Animal Crossing New Horizons, you're actually going to need a few things. First of all, you're going to have needed to unlock the Roost so you can head there and visit and use the Amiibo phone. Of course, this does mean that unfortunately you will need the Amiibo figures or cards of these characters in order to scan them in and meet them. That means that for a lot of people you might not have the opportunity to do this, but thankfully it does seem like Nintendo has been trying to restock lots of the Amiibo cards so everyone has a chance to get them, so definitely make sure you pick up a pack if you want to meet these characters. By using your Amiibo cards and your Amiibo figures, you can scan in any character that you could possibly think of that has an Amiibo card. This means that for the first time in Animal Crossing New Horizons, all of the Amiibo cards are now compatible and they can all be scanned into the game. This even includes special ones like DJ KK, which is really surprising to me, but is definitely good news all the same. So the main purpose here is to invite in the characters just so you can see them and have a conversation with them, which is really cool. Sadly, these characters don't have a functional purpose, they won't have any of the roles that they had from the past games, but it is really nice to see them in the game again, and it's great that Nintendo decided to go through and model all of the old characters. This means that we can have some really nice new conversations with them, and honestly, it's added a ton of new dialogue to the game. This dialogue includes references to the past Animal Crossing games and even past characters. For example, Dr. Shrunk will mention his mentor, which is a character known as Frillard. You obviously can't scan in Frillard because his Amiibo card doesn't exist, but it's nice that Dr. Shrunk would make mention to characters of past. One of the absolute cutest things as well is that characters will bring in their friends with them sometimes as well. For example, Lyle will bring a bunch of company with him so that you can meet all of his different workmates. Gracie will bring with her Label, who of course used to work for her. Chip will bring in Chip Jr., aka CJ, who is his son apparently, which is really cool to finally see. Digby will bring in Isabel, which is her brother. It's absolutely so great to see these two together, finally. Especially after the fact that Isabel did actually reference Digby quite a few times in the dialogue of the game already. The Pelicans will also arrive together, but it seems like they won't all sit together. At least in this footage, it seemed like Pete went and sat at the counter, whilst Phyllis and Pelly sat together. Although I'm sad the post office isn't back in Animal Crossing New Horizons, it is just so charming to see these characters together again, and the fact that they've written so much new dialogue for them just makes me so happy. If you scan in any member of Kapp'n's family, the whole entire family will arrive there, which is so great to see, and it just makes me miss Tortimer's Island so much. A really cute detail here is that Leela actually has a cookie instead of a coffee because she's too young to drink the coffee. So, I love this detail, it's honestly adorable. You can tell that they definitely put a lot of thought into these interactions, and there's just, again, so much new dialogue for you to experience here. If you played the past games, then you definitely get a lot more lore for these characters, which I'm sure people will be happy about. And if New Horizons is your first, then you get to meet some beloved characters who people really missed. Of course, Copper and Booker will arrive together as well, which means that you don't technically need every single amiibo to meet all these different characters, you just need amiibos for characters that kind of correspond with each other. A lot of these characters that were missing have some kind of association with each other or they're linked some way, so it makes it nice and simple to bring them both in at once. When you scan in Nat, he will also bring along Chip with him, who was a really good friend in the past games, although we never actually saw them together, so it's fantastic that we can finally see this. In fact, Nat even has a portrait of him in the museum, so it's really great that he is finally here and he's not just a little tiny image hidden in the museum, he's actually available to see in the game. Joan will actually bring Daisy Mae along with her. Of course, Joan is Daisy Mae's grandma. It's really nice to see these brand new characters with their former counterparts. I really like this. Once again, Daisy Mae is too young to have coffee, so she's got a cookie instead. She's also not wearing her trademark hat here, which is really interesting to see. I don't think we've ever seen her like that before. Daisy Mae also did send us a letter at the start of the game letting us know that her grandma's knees weren't well enough to come and see us on the island, so clearly Joan has gotten a little bit better, which is good to see. Of course, you can scan in Katie, but sadly she doesn't bring her mother along with her. That's just a character they decided not to render. Caitlin, who is Katie's mom, wasn't even available in Animal Crossing New Leaf, so I'm definitely not surprised that they didn't make a comeback. It honestly just makes me so happy to see all of these characters finally return to Animal Crossing New Horizons over a year later. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a little bit sad that these characters don't have roles anymore. It is a shame, but I am just so happy that Nintendo decided to include them. I don't think many people were expecting Nintendo to bring back literally every single character in this update. Of course, major ones like Kapp'n and Brewster and Tortma and Katrina, who have features tied to them, would have been really cool on their own, but the fact that they have decided to bring back all of these beloved missing characters who many of us have so much history with just makes me really happy. And the fact that we can see certain characters together for the very first time in the series, or the first time in a long while, I think is just really great. Interactions like seeing Chip with Chip Jr. and Daisy Mae with Joan, I really like that, and I guess it goes to show that Animal Crossing New Horizons still has a lot of interesting lore. Now, another character that I showed off in the thumbnail that you might be wondering about is actually Kokomo, who is a counterpart of Tortma and appeared in Animal Crossing Wild World for the Acorn Festival event. Now, if you want to see Kokomo, it appears like Tortma will randomly be dressed up as him in Harvey's Island. I can't exactly determine what you need to do to be able to see this. It seems like it's completely random, but it's just a nice little detail where you can go there and randomly you will be able to see Kokomo. I really like that, and I'm happy that they've made so many references to the past Animal Crossing games. It's details like this that honestly they could have gotten away with not adding in, but they decided to, and I'm really happy that they did. It just makes this 2.0 update even more special, and it really does tie things together nicely for Animal Crossing New Horizons. But which of these missing characters are you most excited to see return to Animal Crossing New Horizons? Have you scanned in any of these yourself yet? Definitely leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm just so excited about the 2.0 update, and I'll be making a lot more videos for it in the coming weeks and months. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. I also want to give a big thanks to my friend Dean for capturing much of this footage. I honestly didn't have most of the amiibo cards, so I'm really grateful to Dean for capturing this. Big shout out to him. I want to give a big thanks to these channel members for their continued support of me and what I do here on this channel. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below the video or the link in the description to learn more. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks like exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, access to our members only Discord and our members only podcast too.